Arms up in the air, that's our champions. It's 1, 2, and 3. It's a celebration here. For our men flying around this race course, in third place, Ollie Raymond. Bronze medal run for Ollie Raymond. Now next, the silver medal run. This is going to go to Connor Clifford. And doubling up as a repeat winner with back-to-back victories, please welcome your winner, Graham Blanks. Arms up in the air, straight up as a celebration. Congratulations to our 3 runners, faster than lightning, making their way around the Athens Twilight course.
Thank you, ladies. Right turn down there. And the reason why, you may be asking, well, why is our chief official pulling? She is doing a service to the race course. We score the riders, so if they get pulled, we score them, but we keep the course clear just in case those riders get lapped. There's a point in time in a bike race, in a criterium, that the official will let it go once the race is settled down, but right now it's still so chaotic. If you're a rider off the back, and what I mean by off the back for an extended pace, then we will pull you, score you, and you get your placing right there.
Wind has died down a little bit, making it a little bit easier for the riders, but on the front, Automatic Racing continuing to be able to push the pace. That's going to be Fairdale Morris. Fairdale Morris picking up 2 second places 2 weeks ago at Newport News, Virginia. Having a great race with the riders in the orange jerseys as the Automatic Racing team.
Yeah, Frankie, you were there, and you said that she won in Newport. Got second in Newport. Big race on the East Coast.
Lisa Ray up there in second position in that purple jersey, marking things. And look at that right behind, I believe in one of the orange jerseys, sitting in fourth position. Your overall USA Crit leader wearing the Jackrew Leaders jersey. That is going to be Laurel Rathbun. Riders all together right now in a big pack as we continue to be able to count down the laps here at our Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight Criterium with our women's race, once again brought to you by St. Mary's Health System. Pay attention to the shape of the group. Earlier on, remember it was in a single file line. That's when the riders were starting to be able to get dropped. They were struggling with the speed. Things have slowed down now. Look how they're bunched up. If they come across and they're all spread out across the road, that's a sign that they're not going as hard as they want to. They're trying to be able to save a little bit of energy for later on. So 2 abreast, 3 abreast, 4 abreast in the middle of the group right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest for you guys. Of course he's going to be wearing the red. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Kelly Gertz. Mayor, what do you say about all this? This is amazing, right?
No matter what you love, we got it for you in Athens, Georgia.
Mayor's all ramped up. So tell me, what does this mean? I mean, we've got a big race here. You've got G-Day, you've got proms, you've got, as you said, everything. What does it mean to the community, Mayor?
It means we're a place of love where you can come here and you can really enjoy your life. We are a place for you to live a great life.
And when you say a great life, I mean, I see kids riding around, music playing, international festival. how come you guys, and I hope Gene's not hearing, but how come you guys keep endorsing this amazing event? It takes over the city. Like coming in, driving in from out of town, it was like, Twilight is like NASCAR. And I'm like, well, that sign said it all. What does it mean? Seriously, I know you have it all, but deep down to its core after 46 years.
This is just a place where people come together. We come together week in, week out, day in, day out, year in, year out for things as beautiful as Twilight.
Thank you. And again, Mayor Kelly Gertz, of course, thank you very much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our great mayor of this wonderful town. Come together right now. That's what Kelly just said.
Riders coming through just saw 30 laps to go, so we're counting those down. Obviously, when they come around, it's going to be 29 as we continue to be able to watch our pro women making their way around. Remember, Kendall, so we talked about that Stars and Stripes jersey. She's wearing that because arguably she is the fastest rider in the race. She's a U.S. Criterium national champion. She has a ton of speed. She's going to be one that's going to sit in, do absolutely nothing, and save all her energy for the final lap. If she comes out of that final corner, watch Kendall Ryan. She can beat all of these other riders. So now the strategy becomes, how do you beat Kendall Ryan? You have to attack early. You have to make the race hard, and you have to get rid of her.
Frankie, I see somebody that it's great to see. It's Rebecca Lang of Team Winston-Salem. She took a massive dinger in Redlands last weekend, and I was really worried that she wasn't going to be able to race for a while. But she's been cleared, and she is feared in the peloton because she fancies a breakaway. Well, it looks like Shannon Cope took over the front. Campbell's working on it, but it keeps populating like men and women in the group. Like Preston and I just got second on that lap, and Cedric, pretty good. Oh, that's a big turn right there, boy. The powerful Shannon Cope. Richie at the helm. The team has been great last year. They really showed up, Frankie. And they're dangerous, but Caldera Miracle has to be the favorites here. And we say that only because Laurel won last weekend. You've got your national champion on the team, and you've got a bevy of talent behind you to support you. So again, we're not calling it because that's the way we feel. We're just stating the obvious. They're the big bad monster in this group. Oh, now the kill switch is on right now. We've got a breakaway starting to form as we head towards the start-finish line. All right now we've got a little gap starting to open up, and everybody realizes the danger of that move right there. All right, so that was Clara Abney, Megan Yetta Aiken, Ariel Verharen. It is single file right now, diving into that turn.
Kingdom Elite trying to be able to break this race apart. The purple jerseys definitely going hard and going fast. So look at the difference when these riders come around. Remember last time how there were 5 across the road? Now it is tail to tail, nose to nose, tire to tire. It's one single line as they're trying to be able to keep that pace high and trying to be able to break it up. Flying around these turns at about 30 miles per hour.
And here they come, and again, they've got it stretched out right now. Liza Ray, followed by Laura Rathburn, Castano, and Patrick, and Abry. 1 through 5. Kimberly Stoveld doing Kimberly Stoveld things for automatic. Sitting in the back, waiting for her time to pounce. So Lisa Ray rolls through for Kingdom Elite, followed by Caldera. Whenever we say somebody from Kingdom Elite, Frankie, we're going to say Caldera Medical right after that. Attached at the hip.
Attack from Winston-Salem right now, and they're going up. Maybe that's going to be Rebecca Lang that you were talking about with that Winston-Salem team. So keeping the pace high. Now look at the gaps that are opening up a little bit further back. Riders are definitely starting to be able to struggle. They might have been able to hold the pace for 1 or 2 laps, but now the watts needed to keep up, starting to prove too much for many of the riders going off the back.
And it's really politically motivated whether a breakaway is going to stick or not. The right talent, the right ability, and the right teams need to be there or it will be shut down. This race has been jumped. Oh, now what they're doing, marking each other. See who's going to make the next move. Anyway, you got Scad up the front.
Sitting on the side, that's going to be Tess Edwards, number 18. Coming off of riding with Siniska. Spent 2 years racing all in Europe. Originally, she came back, had signed with the yellow and black teams of SCAD, but Caldera Medical realized what a great asset Tess Edwards was going to be and brought them onto her team to be able to wear that red jersey. Tess Edwards, a strong rider, a rider for the breakaway, or trying to be able to control the group, and that's exactly what's going on as Tess finds herself in the top 3.
Right. Oh, Erica Carney. We just saw Erica coming out of the pit. So she must have had a flat or something like that because we didn't see her, and she is always uber present. So something happened to Erica's bike where she either had to get a bike change or get it fixed. She's allowed to do it. She is perfectly okay within her rights up until 8 laps left to go. And if you have to go to the pit to get your bike fixed, you must exit the pit when the leader sees 7 to go.
Riders, we're at 25 laps to go. 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 Sitting on the back, that's going to be Jen Malik with Team Winston-Salem in the red and green. Going off the front once again, automatic. Faraday Morris continuing to be able to push the pace. But here comes the Jack Crew leader's jersey of Laurel Raspin, chasing her down.
Single file again. It is stretched out. There's going to be some awfully tired legs after this constant onslaught between SCAD, Caldera Medical, and Kingdom Elite. Now, you're saying, well, which team is which? We'll point them out for you. How about that? Caldera Medical in the bullet red. Off to the right, Kingdom Elite in the purple and the black, and SCAD in the white and yellow. And there goes Rebecca Lang again. That's a shocker. Gripping those brakes tight, diving in the corner. I'm sure she's got a little bit of a nerves after having a crash just last week.
Yeah, Rebecca Lang, a very good time trialist. She's not one to wait for the sprint. She's going to try to be able to rip this race apart. She's got a ton of power and a ton of strength. So the rider from Winston-Salem. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we saw this in the amateur final. If you were watching earlier, you saw the one rider break away by himself. He did about 10 laps by himself, but then he petered out. He couldn't keep going 28 miles on your own. Same thing here. You want to be able to break away. You want to be able to get rid of the sprinters, but you need 2 or 3 riders to be able to help you. Ideally, a group of 3 or 4. That would be perfect in order to escape and be able to stay away. If you go off by yourself, very, very hard to do 20 laps on your own and win solo. Same principle will apply when we get to the pro men, but right now the pro women are trying to be able to figure out how can they put their name in the history books as the 2026 winner.
I mean, we've got multiple winners here on multiple years. A lot of these women that are racing know this course. They know when it splits. They know when it breaks up. They know when the attacks are going to come. But this race, this has been more aggressive than years past because everybody's trying to slip away. There is Izzy Harden, number 38, for Kingdom Elite, trying to pull back on the throttle just a little bit. When they come back around, it's going to be 22 laps left to go. And now everybody is marking each other. This has become a virtual stalemate on the course. Now Automatic has said, enough! Although, Frankie, I know that Caldera Mexico said it was bullet red, but it appears to have a little bit of orange in it, so it's kind of tough to identify between the Automatic team and the Caldera. Well, the A-Bus helmet tells you everything you need to know. Automatic on the front, followed by Caldera Medical.
Yeah, sitting in that second place, that's number 17, Chloe Patrick. She's your current time trial national champion and has been an under 23 national champion. Chloe Patrick has some speed. That's the danger with Caldera Medical. They have a lot of riders on that race that has a ton of speed. Lap cards are 22 to go, 22. 22 to go, 22. 22 laps to go.
Now, Lisa Ray again. It looks like that's the modus operandi from them. Split it up, take some hits, and it looks like Kingdom Elite has showed their card. The team in purple and black, they want a breakaway. They are thriving on a breakaway. They need a breakaway, I feel, and that's why they keep punching on the throttle. And again, they're the team in purple and black. Frankie's hunting, he's hunting, he's hunting. All right, Frankie, they're coming out of turn 3. And Frankie has now procured himself a young lad to ring the bell. The bell, he's going to tell us who he is in a second. The bell will tell us it's the mid-race. Points, points, points.
Coming up our point sprints, my official bell ringer is Easton. Ring that bell, Easton. Points, points, points. We're ringing the bell. Points, points, points. Ringing the bell, point sprint, mid-race point sprint.
All right, so whenever we do the mid-race, that's an indication that we are halfway through. But more importantly, there is going to be a massive move. Parks Law Firm, followed by Caldera Medical, followed by SCAD. All right, now the counterattacks are going on the backside. Team Winston-Salem now trying to be a part of the action. Caldera Medical marking.
Mid-race point sprint, 5 places deep. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points. That's what they're going for.
Sweeping turn 3, head into turn 4, and up the hill they'll be coming. Team Winston-Salem, Caldera Medical.
Light blue jerseys, a One Heart Racing, a team, a Latin American team that it consists of mostly the riders.
Ooh,
Here they come again, 5 places deep, points up for grabs.
This is going to be awfully close. And there's a bike throw, and we've been talking about it. Chloe Patrick grabs it, followed by Castaño, Salazar, and Bajarin. Claire Avery rounds out the top 5. All right, there goes our lead moto. We've got a group of 5 riders trying to now get clear. Late race breakaway, Scad, Caldera, Team Winston-Salem. That is a big breakaway. Yeti Aiken, followed by Tess Edwards, followed by Chloe Patrick, Avery, and Bahar into the 5 that are away.
A lot of riders from SCAD on the front. That's SCAD out of Savannah, Georgia. Really good collegiate program that they're riding on the front. But look at this, got a little bit of a group with 5 riders off the front. What they did is they waited for that mid-race point sprint, and then they decided to counterattack, and that's how they're getting the gap. They waited for the group to go hard, and then they decided to be able to go even harder over the top. Coming into turn number 3 is heading in towards turn number 4. As our riders right now trying to be able to figure out how they can separate themselves. Looking back at our sprint, that's Chloe Patrick crossing the line right there. Rider in the light blue jersey finishing up in second. And that's the counterattack I was talking about. Not slowing down or looking around, coming right over the top and getting the gap going into turn number 1 as our replay now shows the reaction that's needed from everybody else.
All right, we're going to rack up that replay to show you guys that mid-race came fast and furious. I hope you guys enjoyed that replay. All right, on this lap, Frankie's going to be hunting for some friends here. Are you gonna, Frankie? Are you gonna get dad or son to do it, or Bobby, or Frank? Get Frank to do it. Who's ringing the bell?
I got it covered.
You got it covered? All right. Oh, pressure's on.
Walk away for 2 seconds. Chad goes into panic mode.
No, I'm not panicking. I'm just keeping you on your toes, Grandpa.
There's our lead pace car making its way around, getting ready for the riders to come around turn number 4.
We're going to do a compliments of our good friends at the Winter Bike League. If you're a cyclist in this area, and Morgan, where's Morgan? Do that flex for us. Morgan's muscles. How funny that Morgan wanted to be Morgan's muscles. But regardless, we're going to do a $100 premium for the Winter Bike League. Attention riders, $100 cash. $100 cash for the Winter Bike League. $100 cash for the Winter Bike League. There goes Rebecca Lang, $100 cash on the next lap.
Riders right now making their way around, trying to be able to see who will pick up that $100. Hey, as I'm walking around, if you have any questions, not sure what's going on, raise your hand. We'll try to answer those questions as best as possible as we're bringing that belt. Vicky, how many laps? Vicky. How many laps to go when they come by? They're getting ready to see 15 laps to go. So we're getting down to crunch time now with 15 laps to go. Those final 5 laps, you're going to start seeing similar colored jerseys starting to be able to ride near the front to try to control the race. They're going to try to ride at a certain pace to prevent anybody from taking a flyer and anybody jumping across. The question is, what color jersey is going to come up to the front to try to control the race? In the meantime, we got our money up for grabs. Oh, look at this. We got a solo rider.
Rebecca Lang, I think.
One rider going off the front, trying to be able to take the chance to get the money. It's a money grab coming from the Winston-Salem rider.
Back to back. 3-place preem. 3 places cash. 3 places cash. A lot of money up, and Caldera Medical is ringing the panic bells. Automatic and Kingdom Elite. 3 places cash. 250, 150, and 100. Well, Frankie and I have officially taken the stick to the hornet's nest. All right, Rebecca's been gobbled. Well, she's not been gobbled up. She's probably forcing a field split right here. Let's see. Yep, here comes the counter. We knew it was going to happen. Looks like the automatic is now the team taking it to the front of the bike race. Panic bells are going off because remember, this is 3 places cash. So what does it launch a winning move, or after the sprint, do they back off and chill out?
Out of the saddle right now, coming in, Kingdom Elite. That'll be place number 1. That's Lisa Ray picking that up. Fairdale coming in right behind, and then number 47 will pick up the remnants of that. That's going to be Claire Abbey with Team Winston-Salem.
Frankie, that's going to send a lot of panic to Caldera.
I think they're going to keep going. I think those first 2 riders are going to keep going, and we saw Lisa Ray lap the field in our USA Crit Race number 1, so she has the strength to go off the front, and she's showing that right now. So you're right. Caldera Medical and Laurel Rathburn, your overall leaders having to react to it. That's her in 3rd position in the orange jersey. Out of the saddle, Rathburn coming out of California. Glance over the shoulder, looking for her teammates. What kind of help can they give?
Man, this thing is coming unhinged right now. Lisa Ray is absolutely taking this race and putting it into a shredder as it sent panic bells all throughout the peloton. Racing for Kingdom Elite in the purple and black. Orange of Automatics in the chase. So is Caldera Medical in the red. Laura Rathbun, your current overall leader, is having a chase back.
Big attack. That was a nice move, but they responded to it. Now the legs are burning, and look at the counterattack. The one teammate gets caught, and it's another purple jersey going up the road.
Oh, Izzy Harden looked like Izzy Harden on the attack. That was vicious move right there. And that's exactly the way she has to do it. It's got to be, if my teammate or another team with firepower brings back the breakaway, you've got to take an opportunity and jump. And tell you what, Purple Rain, the team from South Florida, Kingdom Elite, is now really trying to put the chokehold on this race. Caught, who's going to go? Somebody's going to, nope, looks like they're kind of in a stalemate. Everybody looking around.
Buried in the middle of the group in the Stars and Stripes jersey is Kendall Ryan. Remember, she's going to sit in. She's going to save her legs for that final sprint. Other riders continue to be able to attack. They know many of them don't have the speed to be able to match Kendall Ryan. Your winner here in 2022, can she do it again? Riders, when they come through, will be seeing 12 laps to go. We're going to have to be able to remind and tell them. Automatic Racing riding on the front. That's Ariel Verhaeren, the former BMX professional. She's got a ton of speed. She's somebody that maybe can challenge Kendall now that I'm thinking about it. Ariel Verhaeren, a very good sprinter, but they don't want to wait for that sprint. Who's on the attack? The purple jerseys of Kingdom Elite once again.
Man, this is turning into a, wait for it, a slobber knocker here in Athens. They are just not giving a quarter here. They are absolutely turning this race upside down. Kingdom Elite attack, then Team Winston-Salem. It has been aggressive from the go.
This time it's Heidi Praderis, the rider hailing from Cuba, pushing the pace and trying to be able to break this race apart. Very international field every single year here, Chad, at the Athens Twilight Criterium.
I mean, you look what just went through, and you've got Cubans, Colombians, Yankees. We've got people here from Athens, Georgia. Izzy Harden, the Harden we talked about, BMX National Elite Racer. There is you just scroll down this start list, and there is talent for days. And there, oh wait, now it looks like everybody wants to attack right now. Tell you what, Caldera Medical is having to play 52-card pickup, Frankie. Every time they turn around, somebody else on another team's attacking.
Yeah, Caldera Medical riding a little bit more on the defensive. They're reacting instead of attacking, and so they're trying to keep this group together because they feel like they have the best sprinter, but right now they're doing a fantastic job. I don't really see any cracks in that team. It's a brand new team put together for 2026. Some of the best riders in the nation all coming together to try to dominate the USA CRITS Series. Once again, this is race number 2 of our USA CRITS Series.
All right, you had Lisa Ray go through there. She, of course, races for the purple of Kingdom Elite. Caldera Medical's Tess Edwards, followed by Jenna Nessman from Automatic. Kingdom Elite fourth with Shannon Koch and Yarley Salazar. Wow, this race has been a punch counter punch. I'm going to go with 10 laps to go. Sound good? All right, 10 when they come back around.
Strong riders from Caldera trying to be able to mark it. That's Chloe Patrick and Tess Edwards, but it's Shannon Koch now, the multi-time Masters and National Champion. On the attack from Kingdom Elite in the purple jerseys, trying to be able to string it out. Right now what's happening, it's like intervals. They're going hard and then they're going easy. They're going hard and then they're going easy. They're waiting for that rubber band to snap, but so far, no signs of that rubber band getting stretched too thin.
As soon as you say that, Frankie, more counterattacks happen. Kingdom Elite and Automatic now trying to break the race apart.
That's the orange jerseys of Automatic, the red jerseys right behind of Caldera, the red and green of Winston-Salem. Hanging in there on the back right now from United, number 43, doing a good job, not giving up. That's Leah Sprouse.
There is more chasing than there is anything in this race. There has been a counterattack by counterattack. If you're sitting in the back, you are praying that they stop attacking each other so you can catch your breath. Frankie, this is my opinion. In my opinion alone, this has to be one of the most aggressive winter races we've seen in decades.
I think it's been very aggressive, and because of that, the speed has been high. And with the speed hovering right at 28, 29 miles an hour the whole time, nobody's been able to get away. So the riders are able to just follow the wheels, and they're going hard. They're going up to 30 miles an hour, and then they're having to back down, waiting for somebody else to be able to attack. So it's a game of strategy. Cycling is not just getting to the front. It's not a triathlon. It's not a time trial. A lot of tactics taking place out on course right now.
This isn't a race. This is like survival. Oh, and guess what? Another attack is gone. 3 riders going clear. 9 to go.
Riders, 9 laps to go. 9 to go. 9 to go. 9 to go. 9 laps to go.
Preteris.
Guess who was on the back of that group right there? Shannon Koch, right? She attacked one lap, went off the front. That's how hard it is to try to be able to break away. She went from the front all the way to third from last right now, trying to catch her breath, trying to get her legs to recover so that she can do something a little bit later on. This is by far one of the fastest Athens races we have had.
Yeah, it's like every one of these riders now are trying to suck a watermelon through a straw. There is no oxygen left right now. It is an absolute straight slingshot of a bike race. There has been no downtime.
That front group starting to be able to swell again, starting to be able to sit up. Langdon on the attack with Winston-Salem. Caldera Medical has marked it. Laurel Rathbun, your overall leader, going after it right now. 3 riders now. Have they snapped the rest of the group? Oh, and look at the big reaction from the rider in 4th place. Gonna have to try to be able to get that number because she's got some good legs.
Rebecca just coming off. She's followed by Caldera Medical, 1, 2. Then it's up to SCAD right there. The same main protagonist. And Frankie, there is one rider we have not said her name one time. I bet you $1 million you'll get it right. You're right, Kendall Ryan. He just yelled it over his shoulder. We have not said hide or hair about Kendall Ryan. Why? She is the designated sprinter for Caldera Medical. She will hide. She has the rest of her team to cover and smother and drag this thing to a sprint. She is wearing the national champion jersey, and this is playing out the way that she absolutely wants it to be. All right, that was Rebecca Lang, Esmond Taylor, Laura Rathbun, and Ariel Verharen. Tell you what, it's been active, but this still falls in Caldera Medical's wheelhouse.
That's Ariel Verharen, that former pro BMX rider, now off the front. She's got some speed, and now she's showing her strength and endurance, but Tess Edwards saying not so fast. The rider coming off of Europe, returning to the United States, Tess Edwards, now trying to be able to bring back Ariel Verharen.
And why Tess Edwards keeps chasing down everything? Here's why. She's a sheep herder, and as soon as a sheep escapes the fencing, she goes up to the front, grabs the sheep, brings it back. Why? Because again, they are trying to set it up for their racer, Kendall Ryan, for the win. All right, here's another sprint points. Sprint points on the last lap, on the next lap. Sprint points, sprint points, sprint points. Oh, there's an attack right now. That is Claire Avery on the attack. Sprint points for all, 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. And I'm sure Alexis is watching right now over in Europe if she's there. Not sure where she is. But more than likely, she's over in Europe racing, and they're trying to keep this a family affair. Alexis Magner, formerly Alexis Ryan, won last year. Well, her sister is a current national champion. She is trying to win, so they just try to trade off. Hey, Alexis, your turn. Kendall, your turn. That's the modus operandi right now. So that would be 4 in a row, I think, or 3 in a row for the Ryan family. Ryan Magner, you get it.
Riders coming around, getting ready to see 5 laps to go. Point sprint up for grabs as well. Five places deep with points 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Wait to be able to see how hard are they going to be able to go for that. Watch for the counterattack after they do the sprint. See who's going to attack after that. Riders, 5 laps to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. 5 laps to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. 5 laps to go, 5 to go.
Yarley Salazar for Caldera Medical, stealing points. Farah De Amoris for Automatic, thought she had it. Followed by Claire Avery in 3rd, Lisa Ray in 4th, and Avani Blondine in 5th, getting 1 point. 2 points, excuse me.
Salazar winning one of our races last year in Speed Week as she continues to be able to pick up those points, trying to be able to move up the rankings. Winston-Salem starting to be able to merge a little bit more to the front in the red and green, but your overall leader wearing the Jack Crew leaders jersey for USA Crits, Laura Rathburn, right on the front. She is very attentive, head on a swivel, as they say.
And who's on her wheel? Her teammate, Kendall Ryan. So, that tells us everything. Laura Rathburn is going to get on the front and rip her legs off and hopes to deliver Kendall Ryan. Now, what they need is probably 2 more riders on the front, so you should see red, maybe Laurel in the orange leader's jersey, then the Stars and Stripes, if they're going to do it right. And here they come, swarming to the front. It's Caldera Medical. All right, you guys, look to your far right if you're looking at it. Caldera Medical is setting up. 4 to go. And Frankie, where is the fight right now? The fight is right behind the last Caldera Medical rider for Kendall Ryan's wheel.
Yeah, watch out for that Stars and Stripes jersey. Everybody's trying to be able to fight to sit on Kendall Ryan. 2-time National Criterium champion. A ton of speed. She has the turbo and the nitrous that not many can match, and she will spark it in that final straightaway. So the matching red jerseys all starting to be able to come up to the front, trying to be able to lead out their leader, their sprinter, Kendall Ryan, right now sitting comfortably in the 4th position with the Stars and Stripes.
Man, there is a rugby match going on right now. There is an absolute fight for Kendall Ryan's wheel. Caldera Medical, then Kendall Ryan, and then she's got a lieutenant behind her. It's called protecting her wheel, and it's called a sweep. And that sweep protects Kendall when she goes to launch, that keeps the riders off her wheel to come around her. And you'll see it. We're going to shut up. Look at how pretty this is. Bike racing at its finest as Caldera Medical is now clocking in.
Riders, 3 laps to go, 3 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 laps to go. So you see the first 2 riders, what's happening right now, the first 2 riders are sacrificing themselves. They're riding at a pace that nobody else is going to attack and come around them and catch them by surprise. So again, the first 2 riders sacrificing themselves because they believe they have the fastest sprinter.
Yeah, unless things change drastically, this tips highly. If you're into football or baseball or soccer or whatever, the percentages have now shifted to Caldera Medical for Kendall Ryan to get the win and keep the Challenge Cup in the Ryan and Magner family. Yeah, it's now time to go.
We're going to see 2 laps to go coming up, 2 to go.
All right, well, Frankie, we're going to throw a little surprise in here. Dixon Brothers, they are mean and loving to the core. They're going to do a gambler's preem on this lap. All right, you guys, you can start banging on the berries and make some noise. We have a gambler preem. Gambler preem, gambler preem, gambler preem from Dixon Brothers. Gambler preem. 2 to go. Who is gonna come around Kendall Ryan when she's got a teammate on her real wheel? They need to be swamped, and they need that. Give it up for Caldera Medical, just absolutely torturing themselves.
Remember, you talked about those riders sacrificing themselves. That's Yarly Salazar, riding on the front, going as hard as she can, sacrificing herself because she thinks who's on her team, the red, white, and blue jersey, is going to be able to win this race. Waiting for the riders to come around. Chad, how much is our gambler preem?
I think they said 200, but I'm not positive.
So $200 for whoever crosses the line first. Do you go for the money, or do you sit in and wait to try to be able to win the whole entire race? We're coming up to 1 lap to go. Athens, it's time to be able to make some noise. Your pro women getting ready to come around the turn. They're going to hear the bell, and you need to make some noise.
Right now, it is Caldera Medical. Right there on the wheel is going to be Laurel Radford. Third wheel is going to be Kendall Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 to go. 1 to go, 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 1 to go. 1 final lap left to go. Well, the pressure is now mounting. It is really, I can tell you what, there is going to be a lot of anger in that team bus if they don't win this race. They have poured heart and soul into it. Laura Radford is taking a wicked pull right now. Your winner last week and your overall leader in USA CRITS is doing the selfless job of trying to win this race. And you guys can start ramping it up. They are coming light speed around turn 4. Laura Radford on the front. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 champion is gonna be Kendall Ryan. Check, please. What a absolute clinic by Caldera Medical.
Congratulations, Caldera Medical, picking up that win. Pro men, turn number 4 is your staging area. All pro men, turn number 4 is your staging area. Once again, pro men, turn number 4, as we're waiting for our leaders to come around, and then we're going to go down to the street for our winners interview.
Well, we are used to this, so we know how long it's going to take. For 3 years straight, it was Alexis Ryan. This year, Kendall Ryan gets the W here in Athens.
Five, check.
And here she comes, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking downhill,
Next race up on course is at 8:30. Our men start at 8:30.
Kendall Ryan with the fist bump. All right, so a couple questions because we know that you want to celebrate. This, I have to say, this is the most tired I've ever seen you after Athens Twilight. Please walk us through that.
I mean, I just screamed my head off for the whole lap because I was so excited. So a little out of breath. This sprint was also really hard.
So,
I mean, the race was full on the entire time. Relentless attacks from the other teams. I'm just really proud of my girls for coming up and delivering me to the line and just capturing, killing every move. So I'm really proud of them.
Frankie and I, in our commentary, we were saying this has to be one of the most aggressive women's Twilights ever. I mean, I've been here for 23 years. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, it was game on from the start, and I expected nothing less. A lot of fast ladies out here, and I really appreciate all of them coming in and showing their best. Athens is a show, and I really love the crowd. The energy here is immaculate, and I love coming to Athens every year.
Last question. Tell me about this family affair thing going on with your sister winning the past couple of years and then you winning this year. Is it extra special when that happens?
Yeah, Alexa said no one else was allowed to win today, just me, so I have to hold on to the crown for her till she gets back. But yeah, go Dogs!
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 champion, and she does it again here in Athens for Caldera Medical, Kendall Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Frankie, before we take our government-mandated break, let the music and everything rest over. Look down here at Caldera Medical. Talking to Kendall, she said that is the hardest Athens Twilight she's ever been in. And ladies and gentlemen, I agree. So, we are going to take a quick couple-minute break. Go get yourself something to drink.
Every jack crew innovates. Working with Jack Crew has been so incredible for Project Echelon over these last years. As a team focused on aerodynamics and the speed of racing increases every year, not only do they take our feedback, they use and provide us real opportunities to test their products. That includes validating their top-of-the-line XPO fabric in the wind tunnel and real-time data using professional riders. XPO race suits is really at the cutting edge of anything in the market right now. Just class-leading aerodynamics, fit, comfort. I've just been impressed with it so far.
well, as maximum points going to go to Mateo Garcia Castaneda, the Colombian, on that one hard racing. Final turn. This firm's they got a shot at this. Relatively organized, I would say. We'll take full inventory as they come through. Also ringing the bell for Ash on the line as Martinez and Bickmore go to the line together. Clever Martinez going to pick up maximum points on that. Kate Bickmore goes second and Leonel Rodriguez third across the line. From the back of the field to the front of the breakaway. Probably 15 right now. Take them down to 3 when they cross the line. Danny Summerhill doing everything he can to bring this one back because they're watching first place right away. They're watching Vegas down to 1 lap to go. They'll get the bell here at 1 to go. Final lap of racing in Aniston. And now Fountain.
Andre right next to me, starting off with our first rider introduction, Chad Andrews, bringing him out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first call-up, 54-year-old. His daughter's a senior at UGA for Alpha Theta out of Birmingham, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, this kind family has given $250 for the memory of Kirk Corsello. If you guys don't know him, Kirk has been instrumental in bike racing throughout the Southeast. Well, unfortunately, as a master, he passed away tragically during Christmas. Well, guess what? Otter House is giving $250 donation, and the call-up, of course, is our good friend, Mike Hefner.
Riding for the brand new team, the racing division, presented by Pace Coaching. He's only 20 years old and only started racing just 3 years ago. Now he's going to find himself on the front row here in Athens. Please welcome Julian Ospiecha.
A 10-year veteran of the peloton. Out of Raleigh, North Carolina, racing for New Type. Please welcome Aaron Whitman.
One Heart Racing. This gentleman has raced all over Latin America. He just finished up racing in the Dominican Republic and in Colombia to get ready for this very specific race. He hails from Medellin, Colombia, Mateo Garcia.
don't know whether this is a bummer or this is amazing, but ladies and gentlemen, our next call-up. He races for Team Winston-Salem, and he was second last year at the Athens Twilight, lapping the field with clever. Please welcome from Team Winston-Salem, Will Hardin.
33 years old. He's a previous track national champion. First time racing Athens. Guess what? It's his very first time in the United States.
What?
He comes from Argentina. Lucas Garay.
Oh, how cool is that? Our next call-up, ladies and gentlemen, is from the brand new World Tour and domestic team. If you're looking for a fighter, this is your man. Racing for Modern Adventure out of Escondido, California, Brody McDonald.
He's your current under 23 National Criterium champion. We call him the California King. Riding for the brand new team of the Cadence, presented by Waldo Racing, Luke Fetzer.
Your next call-up, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know him, you don't know him. Ladies and gentlemen, racing for the same team, your current U.S. Criterium National Champion, racing for Team Cadence. I get you see him, Lucas Burgoyne.
Our next rider coming all the way from Scotland, 25 years old. He's a previous national champion in the road race and on the track. Watch out for the sprinting legs of Tim Shorman.
And by the way, Tim won the Wahoo Kicker presented by Training Peaks races on Thursday night. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, he is your national kilo champion, a skilled track and criterium athlete, racing for the Scottish cycling team. Please welcome Ross Burrell.
This team, for the very first time, came to the Athens Twilight Criterium to be able to race here. They come out of Germany. They have returned only for the weekend. On Monday morning, they are going back to Germany. It's his third year here. DCC Alpecin, the German Andreas Mayer.
We go from Germany to Sewanee, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, current residing third overall in USACRITS, third at Sunny King, racing for Cliff Family Drifters. We call him Preston I.
This next rider, we call him the Magician, as he's able to make riders disappear right in front of him before the finish line. He was second at Sunny King. He was your overall Sunny King winner. Second overall in the USA Crit Series. He's out of Argentina. Marcos the Magician Mendez.
Your next call-up, your 2022 and 2023 Athens Twilight winner, racing for Foundation Cycling New York, out of Colombia, Brian Gomez. That's it, right? No more?
Please put your hands together. Your overall 2026 USA Crits overall leader. He is your defending champion from last year. He won right here in Athens. He rides for Foundation Cycling, the Venezuelan Clever Martinez.
And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, Athens would not happen without the Athens Orthopedic Clinic. So at this time, we're going to have the doctors and family members of Athens Orthopedic Clinic take a killer shot with our elite men.
Please welcome our AOC doctors. Rest of the riders all up to the line. Rest of the riders to the line. Like to be able to welcome from our Athens Orthopedic Clinic, J.P. Price, David Katz, David Ryan, Joe Johnson, Ormonde Mahoney, and Mitchell Leavitt.
Thank you, gentlemen and families. We really appreciate it. We're going to have our media off the course now.
130 riders on the line. Gentlemen, you're going to be going for 80 laps. 80 laps. One thing that is important is that you need to listen to us for your lap count. We do not have a lap card. You need to listen to us as we count you down with your laps. USA Crit Race number 2. There are point sprints. Also, very important, if you have a flat or crash a mechanical, your neutral service pit is on the backside. You do not ride backwards on the course, but you can cut the course. If you have a problem, you must be out of the pit when the leader sees 7 laps to go. Again, you have to be out of the pit when the leaders see 7 laps to go. 80 kilometers, 80 laps. Our pro men, as we are moments away to our start.
We've got the doctors from Athens Orthopedic Clinic right here on the front. They're going to be ringing the bell. And again, thank you, docs, and thank you, Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
Bonnie.
All right, we've got a car. We've got our officials.
All right, if we can get our pace car moving, pace car start moving up. We're 30 seconds out. Lou Solb, our Volkswagen of Athens, sending them on their way. Timers are ready. The officials are ready. Hey, Athens, are you guys ready? Let's make some noise. You're going on the whistle.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There they go. Preem on the first lap. Preem. Preem on the first lap. Preem on the first lap. Cash on the first lap. And they are off. There they go. All right, we got Dr. Johnson up here for Athens Orthopedic. Come on, slide over here, Doc. Year after year after year, you guys keep coming back and bringing Athens Twilight to fruition. Tell us a little bit about why and how this matters so much to Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
It's just amazing, the crit that Gene started here and what it's become now. And we've been doing it for about a dozen years. And it's just amazing to watch these athletes. I mean, to what they have to do, you know, it's just an amazing thing. It's a big crowd, and we just enjoy being part of it.
And when you hear that name, Athens Orthopedic, when Frankie and I say it over and over a time again, it's not just the recognition that you got, but how you guys service the community from hurt to healthy. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
We just try to give the most excellent care that we can. You know, a broad range that we have everything that you need as far as the facility and going from the injury to the recovery and going on. So I think it's a complete package.
Well, you've made 25 to 30,000 people here very happy that you guys support it. Thanks to all of you guys at Athens Orthopedic. We really appreciate it.
Great, thanks.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The title sponsor of the Athens Orthopedic Clinic, Twilight, is going to be Athens Orthopedic Clinic. Thank you, Dr. Johnson, and all the rest. All right, so Will Harden got that. He was second last year. God, they're not even, we can't even blink here. These guys are coming so fast. They are closing in on one of the fastest laps of the year. 1:12 was that first lap, and I can guess that we're going to be continuing with that. And it is single file. The front end is kind of bubbly, but the back is just literally hanging on for dear life. single file still. And pretty soon we're going to get to the point where we start ringing the bell for a sprint points. Foundation is all over the front right now. They've got the sharp end of this bike race. So Andres Mayer, Luke Fetzer, Danny Summerhill, and Julian Rue were the first 4 riders across the line, and they are swollen at the front. Mayer again at the front for DCC Alpecin. Team Cadence Cycling, presented by Waldo Racing. Team Cadence goes 1-2 with Luke Fetzer and Danny Summerhill. All right, we're going to be joined by John Gatz. John out of Cincinnati, long time in the sport, commentator for the Cincinnati races. And John, welcome to Twilight.
We're ringing a bell. Point sprint, point sprint. Once again, point sprint. Riders, USA Crit, point sprint, USA Crit, point sprint, point, point, point. 5 places deep, 10-7, 5-3 and 2, point sprint, point. That's going to be Mendez picking up those points, I believe. So Marcos Mendez, your winner on USA Crits race number 1, picking up maximum points. That'll be 10 points going into his pocket. Now, it's kind of weird because Marcos Mendez won the first USA Crit race, but yet he's not wearing the leader's jersey. That's because his teammate got some of the mid-race points and the 5 laps to go points to put him in the lead to wear the leader's jersey. Clever Martinez finished second on race number 1, yet he's wearing that leader's jersey because he got the mid-race points. That's how important each of these mid-race points are as these riders continue to battle it out as we are 5 laps in. Going around turn number 1, rider still coming through our start-finish line. That's got to be about 20 seconds from the very first rider to the last rider. Now, we talked about race number 1 at Sunny King Criterium. The riders in the dark blue jerseys, Cadence, presented by Waldo. Now, Waldo racing with the team out of Florida, and they joined forces with the team out of Texas. They had a disastrous race in race number 1. They had some of the favorites to be able to win. Things did not go their way. The national champion of Lucas Burgoyne is super fast, He's definitely one of the favorites for tonight, but 13 riders escaped and lapped the field, and Caden Cyclery only had one rider up there. They're going to be motivated to not make that same mistake again and to be able to make up for the losses they created on race number 1. Rider in the middle of the screen right there is Danny Summerhill. Danny Summerhill has been second 4 times here at the Athens Twilight Criterium. So he's always been on the podium, top 3, but he's never been able to take victory. He would love to be able to change that. He's on that same team as the National Criterium champion of Lucas Burgoyne. Now we got SCAD in the yellow and black. Watch out for Foundation. So Foundation is the team in the red and white. They have the overall leader, the overall first and second in our USACRITS competition. The light gray jerseys, that is of Caden Cyclery. And as other teams start to be able to come up to the front, we will point those out. But the battle continues here in Athens. On the front, Luke Fetzer, your under 23 national champion, riding on the front. Hey, looking at some of our past winners, we talked about Clever Martinez. Thomas Gibbons, he's retired. He's the coach for Automatic Racing. 2-time winner in this race. Got to be able to watch out for him. And Brian Gomez. Tyler Williams winning in 2021. Roderick Escanage. And John Murphy, a 2-time winner in 2018 and 2017. That's that German team on the front, DCC Alpecin. Brand new jersey. They call their jerseys the Poison Frog. If you get a chance, you can kind of take a look at those brand new jerseys. And it's again, 5 riders all from Germany. They came to Athens last year. They had such a good time. They're like, hey, we have to come back. They arrived on Friday. They're racing today, they're racing tomorrow, and then they're going back to Germany on Monday. Crazy that they came in just for the Athens Twilight Criterium. Very international field. Marcos Mendez on front right now. We got Argentinians, Venezuelans, Colombians, a lot of riders coming from Latin America. The Scottish cycling team coming over and racing in the U.S. for the very first time. Great to be able to have them. That Scottish cycling team coming from the track background. A bunch of trackies coming here to be able to dominate here. Brody McDonald in that maroon jersey just joined the brand new U.S. professional team, Modern Adventure. So Brody McDonald has been racing 100-mile races in Europe, 5 and 6 6 hours on the bike. Some of the hardest terrain. He's been over in Europe all spring. Now he's back here trying to be able to tackle an hour-and-a-half criteria. Very different. Guy's got a lot of speed. He's going to have a lot of strength and power. And even though he's here by himself, Brody McDonald with Modern Adventure is not someone you can count out. Yeah, on the front, Evan Marsh. And Evan Marsh broke his bike last week, I think they were in, and Evan Marsh broke his bike, and he's like, man, I gotta love America, because he found somebody to loan him a bike, and somehow he found somebody to fix his broken carbon bike, all within a span of about 2 days, and he's not eliminated from Athens Twilight Criterium. Evan Marsh, the youngest rider on that Scottish team, right now, riding on the front.
All right, guys, we want to thank, of course, our good friends at Athens Orthopedic Clinic and AKO Signs, Specialty Paint and Body. You guys rock every single year. You're a big part of what we do here. Thanks again, Specialty Paint and Body. All right, Frankie's getting a lap check there. John, Frankie, John Andrews, we are here to bring you the call. And we've got 67 laps when they come back around.
Yep, you're right.
67? Okay.
67. I was just going to say, things have calmed down a little bit. You got some of the riders that ride around the front, but if you're in the bubble, if you're sitting about 15 riders back, it's a pretty good spot where your kid is kind of getting pulled along. Remember, when you're going 30 miles an hour, sitting on the wheel, sitting in the draft, you're saving about 30% of your energy. It's not easy, but it's easier than riding on the front. So right now, you got some riders trying to attack, but a little bit of a pause taking place right now. Riders having a chance to be able to move up.
And John, it's really hard to stay in that wash. Frankie was talking about it in the bubble, but that bubble is a superiority complex. It's like, hey, I deserve to be here, so I'm going to be here. If you're a newer cyclist, John, it's so hard to fight your way into that bubble.
On the web, I was going to say SCAD Racing, you can see how riders going into the pit. And again, they have to come out of the pit when the leader sees 7 laps to go. We're a long ways for that as they're getting ready to be able to come around. They're going to be seeing 67 laps to go.
Which to everybody here, that's like, oh my God, that's forever. No, we're still talking only like an hour and 15 minutes left. These guys are doing the exact same thing that the women did. They are attacking this race course, trying to force a breakaway.
Riders, 67 laps to go. 67, 67, 66 laps to go. 66. I'm getting corrected over there. Thank you.
All right, Team Cadence is now taken to the front. Lucas and Luke have brought a solid team and an 84-foot rig with them. If you haven't seen it, go down to turn number 2. No, wait, 3. This thing is massive. Close. Yeah, I was in Redlands last weekend, and the stuff that Modern Adventure brought, I don't even think it's on the market right now. I was looking at some of their vehicles, and I'm like, what is that thing? What's that movie with the shape-shifting cars? That's what I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, it's pretty impressive.
Riders coming through, going to see 65 laps to go. So lap times right now at about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Remember, the course is 1 kilometer round. That's your Stars and Stripes jersey of Lucas Burgoyne, the rider out of Austin, Texas, now making his way to the front. That's the mistake they made in Sunny King. Most of their team was riding in the back when the breakaway went up the road and they missed the move. Not making that mistake again. But again, lap times at about 1 minute 10, 1 kilometer around. Now remember, if they bring that time down to about 1 minute, if they get down to 1 minute for a 1K, that's going to be 40 miles an hour. They're going to get down to about 106 a little bit later on once they start to be able to pick it up. So we're going to keep track of how fast they're going. But right now, easily, they're out here averaging 30 miles an hour.
Yeah. For an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Or imagine jumping out of your car at 30 miles an hour when the crashes happen that sometimes do, and all you're wearing is a bathing suit.
Oh my God, Frankie, thank you for bringing us home on that one. But more importantly, we can really break it down for you guys. Get on your bike, your beach cruiser, and try to go 30 miles an hour. Hold it for 5 minutes and then come back and talk to us. Team Cadence is trying to be strong-arming right now. They are really going to front going, you know what? We got our tail ends handed to us like last weekend, so we got to show our front foot, John.
I'm kind of surprised they're taking control so early, but obviously they don't want to miss the move. Cesar Cerna on that team, along with Brock Mason. Talked about Luke Fetzer, your under-23 national champion, Lucas Burgoyne, your Criterium national champion, and then Cade Bickmore joining the team for the very first time. So a very strong team in those light kind of grayish blue jerseys. And look who's riding right behind them. It's the red and white teams of Foundation.
And this rider in yellow attacked one of our SCAD riders on the backside of the course. SCAD with about a 7-second lead. Black helmet, yellow jersey. The Savannah College of Arts and Designs bringing their collegiate riders. SCAD away by himself. And I believe that is Carlos Perez Calzada. Little solo probing attack here for SCAD Racing, and riders at the front letting him go a little bit, looking around, seeing who's going to counter. So our first real move of the day from SCAD Racing. SCAD by himself now, stretching it out.
I mean, why not? I mean, all the big hitters, SCAD is a very talented team. What they want is to send a few more teams with strong riders up the road. And it looks like Team Cadence, Lucas Burgoyne, the national champion, sitting second wheel. And oh, by the way, the fastest lap ever, 58 seconds. Not today.
Excellent job right there. That's going to be Samuel Meyer off the front. Now remember earlier how I talked about how hard it is to do it by yourself? That's what he's trying to do. He needs 2 or 3 riders to come up to be able to help him. So Sam Meyer is not going to be able to stay away for 60 more laps. That is a long time out front. So he's going to ride. He's going to stay up there. He's going to hope someone attacks to come up to him and give him a little bit of help.
Yeah, SCAD Meyer is really on a, or the SCAD rider is really hoping that somebody bridges up to him. He's like climbing Mount Everest by himself, setting some handholds, and he needs somebody to follow him up there by himself. Almost impossible to do it all on his own, but to his credit, first move of the day. Sam Meyer, our SCAD rider, off the front by himself. Here's your leader on course, Sam Meyer, by himself. SCAD rider, let's give him some Encouragement, Athens.
And Savannah, Georgia is loving this. Scad. And he's got himself a gap. And hey, John, Frankie, this is the way it happens. 10 seconds. But you got to start somewhere, and somebody's got to get up the road to force this race.
Well, got to watch out for him. Meyer, 22 years old. He was third at collegiate national championships. He's been on the podium. And right now, trying to be able to look for a little bit of help as riders trying to be able to get up there. Found cycling in the dark green jersey. No, excuse me, that's Cadence in the dark blue jersey. That's Danny Summerhill riding on the front. You see Brody McDonald starting to be able to move up. Preston I sitting in.
So why aren't they chasing, Frankie? The big teams certainly could close the gap, but explain the mindset of the big teams when they're thinking about Myers up the road. Why won't they put somebody up there with him?
Right now, they know that one rider all by themselves for 60 laps is going to be extremely hard. They're going to wait for the fatigue to set in and the rider not be able to make it. But Sam Meyer not looking like he's slowing down. It's a great ride. He glances over his shoulder. The gap's starting to open up. But again, as time goes by, Sam is going to get more and more tired. And when you're sitting in the group, remember how rested you are. You're able to keep your legs fresh, be able to make a mark a little bit later on.
Meyer just hoping to hold on long enough so that somebody comes up to him. Winston-Salem riders flaring off of the front across the start-finish line. About a 12-second gap to Meyer right now.
You know who we just, Frankie, get out of my head, dude. You know who we just saw that we're surprised that we haven't heard from yet? Michael Garrison.
Yeah, Michael Garrison doing gravel races and long endurance races. He was out at Redlands, did a great ride in the Criterium there.
Yep.
Definitely Speed Week last year, he won a couple races, so definitely someone to be able to watch out for. Michael Garrison is back in action here in Athens. He's kind of in a purplish jersey, so if we spot him, we will definitely point him out to you. But right now, Cadence riding on the front. It was Will Harden trying to be able to bridge the gap, but they did not make it.
That's surprising. And second of all, I don't think we're going to have to call Mike Garrison out. He will show us some point in this race where he is.
Good job, Sam. Keep it up. It's about a 30-second gap. 30-second gap.
Wow, that's impressive. Oh, now it's down to it's got to be 15. 12 seconds to 1. And there is a feverish attempt to bring him back.
DCC Alpes and the German team now on the front. Andreas Mayer, that is their captain on that German team. They're going to keep an eye on him. He's a pretty good sprinter. Florian Weber, he's been here a few times racing in America. Brand new, though, Celius Motzkus and Oliver Leroy. Oliver Leroy, the French rider on the team. He's the one foreigner. And then Cedric Apt. That makes up your DCC Alpecin team.
I'm going to bet, well, I'm not really having any money up here, but I'm going to bet that Michael Garrison goes within the next 3 laps. Just throwing that out there. There goes our beautiful looking Volkswagen, powered by electric.
Cheer him on, his name is Sam, let him know it, come on, Sam!
That guy is in a dark place right now.
Last lap was 12 seconds. I think it's holding steady right now. These guys are just biding their time. They're waiting to see if Sam is going to wear down. That's Luke Fetzer. We call him the California King, riding on the front. He had long, flowy, blonde locks last year. This year he's cut it, but I'm sticking with the...
he did, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the nickname, even though he got a haircut.
And it's darker. He must not be in the California sun as much. Oh, and by the way, who did I see right there near the front? Drifters. Connor Malervey, head of global marketing for our good friends at Training Peaks, our strategic partner in our on-the-stage races. He has made his way to the front. I don't know how, because that guy has been working his tail end off.
Garrison has moved up also. You were just talking about him in that purple jersey. He's sitting actually third wheel, waiting to see if he's going to be able to pounce a little bit later on. Remember last year, 2 riders lapped the field, so it is possible to get off the front and go all the way around and lap the field. Will Harden was one of those guys in Winston-Salem, and your defending champion sitting in, Clever Martinez.
57 laps to go, 57 laps to go, Sam. He is in all kinds of pain, but keeping the gap steady at about 10, 12 seconds. 57 laps to go, 5-7.
One thing to keep in mind as you're watching this, if you're willing to be able to make a donation, we can ring the bell and give money as a preem. So, of course, we can go around and do a crowd-raising preem.
Oh, wow.
To be able to put out some money for these riders a little bit later on. Sam continues to be off the front, but once Sam gets caught, we can give the other riders a little bit of incentive to see what's going to happen as we continue on through our race. A lot of racing still to go. 56 laps when they come through the line.
Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight, presented by St. Mary's Healthcare Systems. Our proud title and presenting sponsors could not happen without Athens Orthopedic Clinic.
What we need to be monitoring, and this is going to send all sorts of chaos, is how far he is from the back of the group. Because if he laps up, this race is going to absolutely detonate. I'm just saying, they keep waffling back and forth. You're not caught, Frankie, until you're caught. How many times have we seen somebody else get caught and then lap the field?
10 seconds, the gap stays at 10 seconds. Sam Myers questioning his life choices right now.
EF Education Auto, Kason Smith now on the front.
They don't want to catch him now. That's exactly what it looks like. If they catch him, there's going to be multiple Well, and shut up, Chad. You're clearly wrong.
Big attack.
Oh, my God, was I wrong.
Look at the speed picking up. Remember the shape of the group when they came by the last couple laps? It's been all bunched up. Now it's starting to string out. Now it's starting to get single file. The chase is on. That 12-second gap is going to shrink down to about 3 seconds when they come through our start line.
Not caught until you're caught. I'm going to let it be.
Let's see what the status on course is. Here comes our lead Volkswagen. Lead moto. Is Sam Myers still clear? I sure hope so. Yes, he is. This young man in college racing for SCAD. Still clear. He looks over his shoulder. Is he thinking, put me out of my misery?
Modern Adventure Pro is now trying to go across. That's the torch. It's been lit. Game on right now. We are going to be feverish for the next 5 laps. Watch it.
I think he's got a headlight on his bike.
He does. He's got the blinky thing going on.
It's all about safety. So bridging up with the headlamp. Oh, yeah, it's coming down quick now.
Now, Frankie, we're going to get a counterattack like nobody's business. But again, not caught. They sit up. There's a lot of hyper-attentive people right now at the front of the bike race.
Right, hyper-attentive. I saw Tim Shorman, the Scottish rider, just kind of looking there at about 6th position, trying to decide what kind of tactics he's going to do.
And guess what? If you're thinking about it in this race, forget it. It's too late. I think that's one of Garrison's teammate on the hit right now.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, many of these riders for many years have been racing. Many of these riders for many years have been. A lot of these riders for many years have been racing against each other, so they know each other very well. In other words, they know who the sprinters are. They know who the time trialists are. They know who can attack. They're very familiar. But think about it. The Germans that just came over, the Scottish riders that just came over, they have no idea who anybody is. So if they see somebody to attack, they don't know if that's a good sprinter. Is that somebody dangerous or is that somebody not that good? So they have a little bit of a much steeper learning curve to figure out how they want to be able to win this race. So some of the new riders doing Athens Twilight Criterium for the first time, definitely a big learning curve to be able to figure out who's who.
And it looks like Foundation and Team Winston-Salem have a rider in the pit right now. Must have been a crash.
Our wheel pit on the backside of the course. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 riders in the field on that last time through. usually indicating when there's not just one that there was a crash or some kind of incident. Sam Meyer still by himself, but I think this is it. This is going to be his last lap off the front.
Riders moving up, average speed 28 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. One thing to keep in mind is that with the USA Crit race like this one, every lap led, you gain a point. So Sam Meyer, even though he's off the front, he is gaining a point a lap every time, and the catch is together.
How many points did he get? Frankie, that is well said. You took it out of my head again. Grabbing a point a lap is huge because that will keep you up. So he just stole 15 points from everybody. And this early in the series, this is the second race of USA Crits. He will probably make his way up the overall.
The catch is made, and it's a perfect time for a counterattack. Riders trying to get off the front, but now it's just high speed, all strung out, single file at the front.
If you're just joining the web stream, welcome. My name is Frankie Andreu, along with John Gatch and Chad Andrews. Three of us calling the race as our sole breakaway rider, the only one to have been able to escape Sam Meyer from SCAD, has been brought back in. So now the group is all together, and they came through right now seeing, I just wrote it down, 52 laps to go. They just came through seeing 52 laps to go.
Led through that time by Riley Wrightsman, Cheney Windows, and Doors Big Shark, presented by Pastria Racing Team in that long sleeve teal colored skin suit, still on the front.
Team out of St. Louis, Missouri, Cheney Windows and Doors, Riley Wrightsman. He started off as a Category 5, moved up the rankings very quickly in 2 years. Now finds himself at the front of the pro field. Look at that little bubble in the front. That's that kind of sweet spot that you want to be able to sit in the top 25. If you're still in the back, you're back there not by choice. You're back there because you're hanging on for dear life.
And maybe I was wrong, and I'm going to admit I was. I think Michael Garrison is waiting for one of the bigger teams to go so he can hitch a ride to a breakaway. Because he is being really attentive at the front. I think he's really waiting for another team, one of the bigger teams to go so he can hitch a ride.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's positioning himself well and waiting. We're not even to the halfway point of this race.
A lot of red and white jerseys sitting in that group with the foundation. That's that team out in New York. A lot of riders coming from Latin America. Very strong team.
That is such a good point you made, too, about riders not knowing each other. The Germans that come over, the Latin Americans that come over, they are not familiar with their competitors. But in a way, bike racing is bike racing. They know the course, they know the capabilities of their teammates, so they just kind of got to rely on their experience and rely on their teammates.
Well, this race is interesting, and here's why. There are so many strong teams that it's almost like they keep neutralizing each other, trying to get the right mix of teams up the road. So every time a group of 3 riders from a team go up the road, 4 more try to get across, and they just keep resetting every single attack, breakaway, regather.
Leading him through right there, that is going to be foundation riders. So we got Lucas Gade, Marcos Mendez, and just a couple of them. That's Luke Fetzer coming up to the side. So that was Brian Gomez that came across the line. Your 2-time winner of Athens Twilight, sitting in second position right now. Gomez doing a fantastic ride, helping out his leaders in the red and white jerseys. Brody McDonald in the maroon sitting in about third position in the national champion with the Stars and Stripes jersey. Now, arguably, if it can set up and come down to the final sprint, your professional national champion is the quickest in this group. But can they keep it together to give Lucas Burgoyne a chance to win?
Watching on the live stream, we see the riders riding right up against the fence line, encouraging the crowd to cheer for them. Believe me, folks, they see you, they hear you, and they appreciate your applause as they come up and over the finish line. Show them some love. Down course side, too, you can look right into their eyes. Most of these guys either not wearing glasses or wearing clear shades. The light level is low. You got to be able to see through the turns, see the imperfections in the road. Now a little reset now as the front of the group regroups. Everybody's looking around at each other, waiting for the next attack to come.
Counterattack coming from that under 23 national champion, the Scottish rider, not wanting to be able to pull through right behind. Tactics saving his legs. He's going to wait to the end. Remember, the Scottish riders all come from a track background. Individual pursuit, kilometer, they have a lot of speed, and they're going to wait until that final few laps to try to be able to show their stuff. Nothing beforehand.
Yeah, it's all about going as fast as you need to go to stay in position. It's all about saving energy, using your watch, using your energy where it counts, and resting. It's not who is at the front for the most of the laps, it's who's at the front at the end of the race. Smart riders finish first. 5 across as they came across the start line that time, 5 wide.
All right, so I'm in the game of guilting our VIPs. And what I mean by that, everybody in the VIP area, you're a victim. Where is Kelly Dixon? Well, you're definitely the better half of it for sure. Where's the whole family? Kelly, wave your hand, sir. All right, so everybody in the VIP, we're going to send their kids and Gene's grandkids around with a sack that's going to be completely empty. You're going to raise your hands in the air, and they're going to reach into your pocket, and they're going to grab money out, and they're going to put it in. What's that money for? For every dollar that we raise, the Kelly Dixon guilt trip on all you VIPs, he's going to match it, and we're going to give it to the pros with 2 laps left to go. So if I see you cheering, Rich Hencappy, if I see you cheering, that means you're going to give money. So, Kelly, send your kids out. And remember, you guys will be instrumental in making this race even harder and faster. It's going to be, wait, I can't say, oh, how the hell with it. We're going to give it to the Gambler Preem. So not only do we have massive money, but if we can get to 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. One year we got it to 5,000. So it's on you guys. All right, I'm done. Back to you guys.
What other sporting event can you reach onto the field of play and affect the outcome of the game, the match, the race? This is truly, this little devious.
Golf?
yeah, and then you get kicked off the course. This is the spectators sort of video gaming what's going to happen out on the course. Ringing the bell for a big multi-$1,000 premium with 2 to go, that is going to change the outcome of the race.
Especially if it is single file, it's going to be brutal. I love it and hate it all in the same statement. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Andrews, Frank Andreo to my left, John Gatch to my right, the main protagonist behind me to my right at 11 o'clock, Gene Dixon. We have got us a world-class bike race here in Athens.
One team we haven't mentioned that much yet, Kelly Benefits Cycling is here with 3 strong riders. Julian Rui leading them through on this last lap. Kelly Benefits, longtime sponsor of professional cycling, showing themselves at the front now with Julian Rui.
Look who moved up, visit Pittsburgh. I think that's Daniel Uranowski. Super fast rider. Now that guy's got some sprinting legs. Got to be able to watch out for him to see what he can.
So if you're confused by what a gambler preem means, with 2 laps to go, we ring the bell with whatever we collect. And the gamble is, if you are sprinting, if you're racing and you sprint for that multi-$1,000 2-lap to go preem, what will you have left for the end? All right. And there's only a 1-place preem. Only one person takes down that big preem. So it is a real gamble. Are you going to win? And then if you don't win, what are you going to have left for the final?
All right, the Wise Crab have been very wise, and they're deciding they're going to do the preem stat. Wait, why is Mom not ringing the bell?
$200 preem, $100 preem. Riders, $100 to the winner of the next lap. $100 preem.
All right, now. Oh, sorry, John. Can we let Mom do the next bell? All right, Moms, get up there. The Wise Crab plan, back-to-back Jack.
And the cat is amongst the pigeons because on the backside, they heard the bell ring. They know they're racing for $100. What they don't know
is that it's back-to-back Jack. And John, what I've been told is that if you give us a couple $100, you can come up here and give Frankie a hug.
that's worth it. It's worth it.
I don't know, man.
Either that or a cameo video, I guess.
Well, we're going to go back-to-back Jack thanks to the Wise Crabs, and here they come, bombing around that turn. They're going to streak for 100.
Oh, one rider removing themselves from the course before this preem sprint.
All right, who's going to grab that money? We're going to go back-to-back preem, $100 for the Wise Crab. $100 preem, $100 preem.
$100 preem, $100 preem to the winner of the lap. $100 preem.
All right, that was Lionel Ramos getting that preem.
MC Cycling's Lionel Ramos taking the first preem. And we rang the bell again. Another $100 on the line next time through. These little preem sprints in the race sometimes are a good indicator of who is going well, who's sprinting well, who's capable of getting to the front coming across the line first, but also who is not interested in taking the preems, who's focused on the end game. Here comes our lead vehicle. They're sprinting again. Next rider across the line gets a crisp $100 bill. Preem sprint on the line here, Athens. Oh, and rider 110 takes the second $100. And that was Mateo Garcia Castaneda from One Heart Racing. So that's how it works. We're going to do that again with 2 laps to go, but the dollar amounts are going to be much, much higher. Young children are going around in the VIP area gathering money. If you see children asking for money, give them some money. Let's see how many thousands of dollars we can cobble together, 5s, 10s, whatever you want to put in there. We'll add it all up and give it away with 2 laps to go in our Gambler's Spree.
Frankie's bell happy tonight. I mean, he's gonna hear it in his sleep tonight. About 2 a.m. he's gonna wake up and go, "Oh my God, there's another bell."
All right, the preem excitement has settled down, but the racing excitement has not, as one of our Scottish riders,
Irie.
Evan Marsh, attacking up the left side of the course.
It was just a matter of time, John, before somebody from the Scotland racing team goes up the front.
And look who's on his wheel, our series leader.
Evan Marsh, the young 19-year-old on that Scottish cycling team, the youngest rider on the team, keeping that pace going high. Remember, they're flying around here at about 28 miles an hour, and when they come around, we're going to be ringing a bell because it's going to be our mid-race point sprint coming up next.
And those points, of course, go toward the USA Criterium Series standings, points given away on designated laps. And leader's jersey is worn and awarded, and then an overall winner of the USA Crit Series. After our final, points going to be given away on upcoming laps. You'll hear the bell.
Point sprint. Point sprint, point sprint, point sprint. 5 places deep. Points, 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 points. Points available. Points, points, points.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Well done. Good right arm, good left arm. Been working out, I can tell. Good job on the bell ringing. Excellent. All right, we got some dude that won this race some time ago. And he had probably one of the most protracted, long finishing after the race was over, a 10-hour walk to the finish line. Thomas Gibbons, welcome to the...
Thomas Gibbons was your winner of this race in 2024. Broke away, did a huge solo breakaway, got caught, and said, you know what, I'm not done. And he went off again to be able to hold off a charging group. A double breakaway and a win. Thomas is in charge of the automatic racing team. We saw the pro women racing a little bit earlier in the orange jersey. Thomas, you know the speed that's happening out there. What do you think about the race so far?
This is a really different perspective than being in it. Being in it, it actually feels a little bit calm and flowy. It is terrifying watching these guys when you're standing against the barricade and they're going by at 35 miles an hour. Gives me a new appreciation for what's going on.
You forget that you used to do all this, and also, you're just watching them come through the start-finish line. Have you been down to a turn? You forget how hard and how fast it is going around a turn. And you used to be the one railing these turns. Thomas didn't take any grief from anybody. He'd be the first one to give somebody a nudge, but this race has been going around here at 30 miles an hour. We haven't seen a breakaway. We saw one rider trying to be able to get away. You managed to be able to win solo one year. Can you win solo when the speed is this high?
Absolutely. If you can get, the trick is to get 10 or 15 seconds right away, and then once you're there, you don't even have to ride faster than the field. You just have to ride the same speed as them and not bleed it. And if you get a good punch out of 2 and a good punch out of 4, then you have a lot of float into 1 and 3. And honestly, it's a great place to be. If you're where these guys are, mid-pack, backpack, you're just getting throttled as a washing machine. But if you can get up the road alone or with 2, 3 other guys, it's very calm. You guys are screaming your brains out, and it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, big difference of riding in the front compared to riding in the back. So riding in the front, you can pick your own line, you can pick your own pace. Riding in the back, you're hanging on for dear life. Thomas, one last question. You know all of these riders that are in the race. You've been around the criterium scene forever. I believe that it's going to stay together coming into the end. If it stays together, who's going to win?
It's hard to look past Lucas. Hard to look past Foundation as well. Foundation last weekend, Sonny King, they look good. They've got a real good team. But again, how are you going to bet against Lucas Burgoyne?
So we're betting Thomas Gibbons calling out the red and white team or that gray team of Cadence Cyclery. Thank you very much, Thomas. Have a great time out here, and good luck with your automatic racing riders.
After that last point sprint, we had some counterattacking, a group of about 7 trying to separate themselves from the front of the field. A little bit of separation, a pretty big group here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 riders. Scottish Cycling is included, looking over the shoulders. This is a dangerous move. This is the first real move of the day. We had our SCAD racer solo for 15 laps, but now 7, 8 riders separating themselves from the front of the field. So 8 riders trying to prize open a gap. Scottish Cycling is tacked on to the back of that. Little bit of a communication between the break and trying to get it together. Here they come up towards our start-finish line.
Ringing the bell, we're doing a three-place preem. Three-place preem, preem. Three-place preem, winner of the lap. Three-place preem, winner of the lap. Three-place preem, winner of the lap. Three-place preem. Oh my goodness, feel the breeze, the wind of these guys coming by. The fatigue is starting to set in. It's starting to get more and more strung out. They are going flat out because there's that breakaway of 6 riders up the road, and they're trying to be able to bring them back. One rider back here with the problem with his bike. Hopefully he can head over to the pit and take advantage of that free lap. I'll explain free lap in a second.
A number of riders off the back, Frankie. Perhaps a crash, some sort of incident on the backside of the course, but we see a number of riders sort of trailing across the finish line. One rider cutting across to the pit. We'll keep an eye on the live feed to see if folks are going into the pit. Here we go. We're going to score this 3-place preem.
That's going to be Will Harden from Winston-Salem. He had made that split. Now, Will Harden is not one that's going to wait for a sprint. He's going to try to be able to break this race apart. He's a good time trialist, and he's a strong man. He is not a sprinter.
And yet he is, that's the second preem he has won. Will Harden taking the second preem.
Marcos Mendez sitting in second position there, making their way around as well. So again, go ahead, Chad.
All right, you guys, thank you very much for VIP. We've got the Dixon family and friends up here. Ladies, how much money have we raised for the gambler? 900! Thank you guys very much. More to come. You guys are mean, man. Great to the fans, but man, this is going to be so hard for our racers. $900. Thank you, ladies. Thank you to the Dixons, and thank you to our VIP.
Different riders making their way up to the front right now, trying to be able to rip this race apart. The speed's so high. Guys are starting to be able to fatigue. They're wearing down. Brody McDonald has made the split. I think Marcos Mendez is the rider in the front group as well. And Caden Cyclery. No, that might be Gomez. Excuse me. The Germans have missed the move. The Germans now. They're on the front trying to be able to bring this race back. Gomez, a 2-time winner, flick of the elbow. Nobody's coming through. Caden's trying to be able to shut it down. And Brody McDonald says, we've got a gap. Now's the time, let's go. The 2 strong men of the race trying to be able to rip it apart. Look how strung out it is. It is in a single file line. So this is very good for Brody McDonald to get him up there. And Brody McDonald is a good sprinter. He does have a lot of speed. Brian Gomez also is a good sprinter. Not sure which cadence rider is sitting on. He's going to try to be able to shut this down. A lot of racing still to go. As you know, we just passed the halfway point. So that's Kate Bickmore that made the split. Bickmore made the split in Sunny King in our race number 1. Kate Bickmore was top 3 in Sunny King and now finds himself up in the front as well. So for Foundation, this is not a good move because Kate Bickmore could take over the overall lead.
Yep, you nailed it. Is it too early? No, but when you have somebody like Brian Gomez, Modern Adventure Pro Cycling, and Team Cadence all there driving it, this is going to cause Michael Garrison's team. We've got Alpecin. They missed it as well. I don't think this is going to stick. This is not gone. We need more riders in the break from other teams.
I think we're going to have a combination of nations chasing that one back down. Scotland missed it. Germany missed it. I think that one's going to come back, although a very, very strong move, and they've established a good gap. You can see the speed on the front and the teamwork from multiple teams to bring this back. But here are our 3 leaders coming across the start-finish line right now. Looking over the shoulder, it is a slender 6-7 second gap. Germany on the front, Alpecin on the front.
And there is a whole gaggle of teams are like, nope, this ain't gonna work. And now we need to find, this is the critical junction of the bike race. We are 1 hour in. That's always the mark when everybody starts feeling tired. If there's a counterattack after these guys are caught, that may be the move that we are waiting for.
Brian Gomez on the front looking over. Everybody's coasting now because they've been reeled back in. That was so hard. Watch for the counterattack now. Now is the time when the breakaway can establish itself because it is strung out in a single file line. Everybody has been maxed out for 2 laps to try to bring back arguably the 3 strongest riders in the race. What will happen now in the next 2 laps is going to be critical on how we get to the finish line.
Hey, Tom.
Winston-Salem attacks up the left side of the course as we come up and over our start-finish line. And another attack moving off the front, started by Winston-Salem. Probably not going to go too far, but yeah, that last effort, those 3 off the front, took a lot to bring back, and it is going to be a reset period after the 1 hour mark in this 80-lap contest. Pro men.
I don't know, John, Frankie, what's more iconic than the Georgia Theater. You see every photo throughout years of Athens Twilight featuring the Georgia Theater. It's always such an amazing photo after it's all said and done.
Yeah, what makes it amazing, the crowds, the weather, the nighttime, the ambience, it all comes together to produce the Athens Twilight presented by St. Mary's Healthcare System. Best criterium of the season.
Right now at the front, we got one rider from Visit Pittsburgh. I'm thinking it's Daniel Uranowski, the super sprinter, now trying to become a super time trialist. That's who it is, Uranowski on the front right now. A great move as other riders are trying to be able to bridge up to him. Can they make it? Nikos Costo with the butcher box. That's the rider in the white with the red sleeves, now trying to be able to come across the gap.
And that move that Aronofsky makes, probably not, he's not thinking, I'm going to attack with 20 minutes to go in the race. Really kind of an attack of opportunity. He was in a good position after the last break went. He thought, all right, let's see what happens. I'm feeling good. Aronofsky moving off the front, about an 8-second gap at the moment.
That's Michael Garrison now on the move, going to the front.
Yep. And I missed it. I know he's going to go, but it's a matter of when Michael Garrison goes, not if. There he is. He's going to drag everybody around. This is becoming the deciding point in our bike race. Everybody's legs are getting tired, and now your ability to go across or bridge to a breakaway is starting to diminish. Time is running out in Athens Twilight 2026.
Garrison has just ripped 4 riders apart from everybody else. Sitting on the back of that group, number 56.
Brody McDonald.
So that's Clever Martinez. Your overall USA Crit leader has made the breakaway. Martinez in 4th in the Jack Crew Orange Leaders jersey. Now trying to be able to make his way forward. He's your defending champion, so he knows it's getting down to crunch time. He's got to be careful to not let a group go up the road, so he's following wheels. He's not pulling, he's just following.
Yeah, Kelly Benefits looks like they're on the attack right now. The breakaway was doomed. There was too many riders there. What happens when a breakaway is getting ready to get caught? Somebody in the breakaway counterattacks, and that's what starts our breakaways. So Kelly Benefits, based out of Maryland, Nima is here with his team, and they raced great last weekend in Redlands, and they're trying to do it in back-to-back weeks.
Julian Rue again for Kelly Benefits off the front. team. Julian Rue making a charge off the front. But it looks like on the backside getting neutralized. I gotta think, I think this race is going to come down to a field sprint as well. These 1-2s, attacks, nothing going up the road more than 10, 12 seconds.
That's Kate Bickmore on the attack right now. Bickmore joining this team for the very first time. He spent about 3 years with a team called Project Echelon, now jumping ship to be able to come over to Cadence presented by Waldo. A team out of Texas and a team out of Florida merging to try to be able to make one super team. And that is the team that the Stars and Stripes jersey is on of Lucas Burgoyne. Nice shot. You can see how dark it is. Watch the shadows creeping up on the riders as Garrison makes himself back up to the front. Garrison doing a combination of road racing, criterium racing, gravel racing, and endurance. An all-around cyclist. Won a couple days of Speed Week with us last year. Now coming back to participate in the Athens Twilight Criterium. Gap starting to open up in the back. Oh, the fatigue is setting in. The speed is only getting faster and faster.
Next time through, they'll see 26 laps to go. Getting down to it, 26 to go next time through. And it is starting to take its toll as the field gets whittled down, gaps open up, people get dropped. 26 laps to go.
Riders' lap cards are 26 laps to go. 26 laps to go. 26 laps to go. 26 laps to go.
The legacy of Athens Twilight, you guys, goes many years back. But back in 1935, a 23-year-old exchange student from the University of Georgia walked into a bike shop in Gotha, Germany, and made a life-changing purchase. He's Athens' most interesting man, and back that time ago, he rode his bike around the world, 25,000 miles. Unbelievable. So at 10 a.m. tomorrow, we're doing a little coffee thing at the Welcome Center. Stop on by, talk about the legacy of Fred Bickmore. That's a pretty cool story. And for those of you who are bicycle historians, he rode a Reinhardt. Wow, that's cool. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Welcome Center, grab a coffee and some chat with Fred Bickmore. Gonna be fun. Oh, it is punishingly single file right now. Died, it looks like.
Julian Rue with that Kelly Benefits in the white jersey on the front. Will Harden in the red and green. Garrison going around the outside in the purple. Harden can respond to that easily. Harden's a very similar rider to Garrison strength-wise. Every year is different depending on their fitness, but Danny Summerhill looks like it might be the rider in third. No, that's Kate Bickmore in fourth, excuse me. Then we got Marcos Mendez marking things down. Now again, Mendez won USACRITS race number 1, Sunny King, but it does not have the leader's jersey because of the mid-race points. He would love to find himself in the lead at the end of the night.
Will Harden got second last year, and I just walked up to him in call-ups and I said, Will, all you need is one more spot. And he kind of smiled and laughed at me like, yeah, that's easy, winning an Athens Twilight. He was so close last year, but he was just mixed up with the wrong rider and Clever Martinez, because Clever's got a wicked sprint. But Will Harden is going at it again, Frankie.
That is a gorgeous drone shot we have of the Athens Twilight course. That was beautiful. Looking down on the riders, the whole crowd cheering on. 80 laps of racing, 80 kilometers of racing, and now we are down. What are we down? Down to 23 laps to go.
Oh, don't you guys start napping on us now. We're getting ready to light it up here in a minute.
You hear the whistle blowing at the start-finish line. That is our chief official pulling lapped riders out of contention, just trying to get a nice clean course, nice safe course as our leaders come through.
And John, you bring that up because we did the same thing in the women. And look at that. If you're watching this on the live feed or the drone shot, the serpentine nature of our peloton tells you that it is really fast right now. And then as soon as I say that, it swells up. It's going to have... Oh, you want to buy me dinner? All right, I'm coming over. Stat.
23 laps to go, riders. 23, 23, 23.
And that was Will Harden, Team Winston-Salem, leading it through. Multi-preem winner Will Harden, feeling good today, riding out of Winston-Salem. 7th last year, and he's got, second last year, excuse me, and he's got 4 or 5 teammates in there as well, so it's that teal body jersey with the red sleeves, red shorts. Athens, we're getting down to it, approaching the 20 lap to go mark. Good time to grab a beverage. Come course side, pick out your favorite.
Will Harden in that red and green continue to be able to push that pace. The 28-year-old graduated from Appalachian State in a degree with biology. Now continuing trying to be able to win Athens. Second last year, trying to be able to move up 1 spot. Groups all together as your national champion has made it to the front. Lucas Burgoyne paying attention to the riders, seeing 22 laps to go.
Yeah, just noticed on a couple riders, little gel packs sticking out from their back pockets. Some of them tucked under the leg band in their skin suits. Thinking about it's almost time to get that extra boost of energy. They've been racing for well over an hour. Energy stores getting depleted. Maybe your water bottle's getting low. You might see riders reaching for a caffeine gel.
Yeah, pretty interesting that Cadence is starting to be able to take control with about 21 laps to go when they come by. So it seems very early to try to be able to control a big field that's out there. There's a lot of strong riders, and definitely there's a lot of fast riders that are sitting in. Professional Criterium champion, watch for him in the Stars and Stripes jersey, the red, white, and blue. The rider out of Austin, Texas, Lucas Burgoyne, sitting in about 3rd position, letting his teammates do the work.
And you'll start to see those teams like Cadence finding each other in the group and coming together, whether it's at the front, in the middle, towards the front, wherever, just so they can put eyeballs on each other and say, all right, we're getting down to the end times, we're getting down to the end of the race, we need to be together to execute our plan properly. And Cadence Cycling doing that right now at the front of the race. A little bit early, but they are all together, which is smart.
All right, so shot performance out of Jacksonville still? Jacksonville, Florida, multi-time winner in the amateur race and also a former Masters national champion. He's foregone bike racing for beer drinking and giving us money for a back-to-back preem. Thanks to Harborview Wealth Management, too. You guys are like thick as thieves over there. I gotcha. We got a $100 preem and, you know what? I don't care if the pros knows. We're pros know. They're going to go 100. Thanks to Shot Performance and Harborview Wealth Management.
$100 preem, $100 preem. $100 preem up for grabs. $100 preem, $100 preem, $100 preem, $100.
Shot Performance, $100 cash preem. So always Shot and the whole Shot Performance and Harborview, we're going to go back to back. So whenever the pro or elite racers decide to start having a terrapin beer, the money starts flowing. We love it. Hey, stay in the VIP, have a couple beers, and we can squeeze some money out of you.
$100 is a tank of gas? No, half a tank, 2 tanks of gas?
Well, if you got diesel, it's maybe a quarter.
it is not nothing, and Foundation Cycling knows it. Foundation ripping it up the backside. Let's see who comes across taking this first $100 preem.
$100 on the line. Pick your color jersey. Who's going to win? Lauren, ring the bell because we're doing another 100. $100 on the line. $100, $100 bell. Preem to the winner in the left.
Harborview. Oh, sorry, Frankie. Harborview Wealth Management and Shop Performance. $100 cash.
Cade Bickmore winning that first $100 preem.
That dude is fast. Oh, Uncle Frankie's making everybody happy. Frankie and Drew, for those of you watching us on live stream, typically during USACRITS races, we'll go down in the crowd, kiss some babies, handshake some people, and also have somebody ring the bell.
Guess what happened? The 2 preems that made a breakaway. Lauren's bell ringing has formed a breakaway. That is what's happening right now. $100 up for grabs. Who's going to take it? Look at it. They're starting to be able to get a little bit of a gap. Riders are starting to be able to come after him again. 18 to go. 18 laps to go. 18 laps to go. Riders, 18 laps to go. 18. Who won that preem?
55.
I think that was Mendez. He's not on our list.
Rider number
No,
55.
I think that's Mark. That is. That's not right there. You can see that's Marcos Mendez. Sitting in second is Cade Bickmore. Who won the previous preem? Was it the same number?
No, it was 8-4. That was our preem. That was Cade Bickmore won the first preem.
So Bickmore picking up the first preem and Mendez picking up the second preem. More importantly, we are getting down to our final laps coming up when they come by. 17 laps to go.
This race is similar but different, and I know that doesn't sound right, but the men's race has been kind of a gaggle off the front and then it's brought back. The women's race was attack, recover, attack, recover. That's what's starting to happen here in the men's race.
And the cycle continues. Preem sprints, attack, recover, all back together. Attack, recover, all back together. How many more will there be? And will one of those last chance efforts spring somebody clear? I personally don't think so, but you never know. Under 20 laps to go now.
Nobody has taken control of this race. Team Cadence has tried. Speed Studio has tried. Foundation has tried. SCAD has tried. Modern Adventure Pro has tried. Nobody's been able to break the gridlock here in Athens.
And you can really sense the effort that has been put in, because on these accelerations off the front, after it comes back together, little gaps forming, little splits forming throughout the field. 5 or 6 riders trying to roll clear right now across the finish line, joined by 10 or 12 more. So more of a split off the front right now, about 15 riders.
It's just still kind of, I hate the word to use the word messy, but it is a bit messy right now. No team has got control. Onesies and twosies are trying to get up the road, and nothing is sticking or coming to fruition.
Very messy, and as we look down through the field, I see
Look at them all coasting.
Yeah, it's weird. It's super weird right now. Like, nobody's got control. Nobody wants to counter the counter. Now Foundation does it. Looks like Mendez maybe is going again.
A lot of coasting going on in the front of the group, and it's swelling up. And again, look how the gaps that are opened up behind if you're watching the web stream. So very hard for the riders that are sitting at about 30th position and back, because they have to continue to put out the power. They don't get a chance to coast and recover. If you're in the first 20, you can sit in and have a chance to recover to be able to do something a little bit later on.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you are watching on the live stream, our commentary of what we are seeing on course may be just slightly different from what you're seeing. 15 laps to go now, 15 to go, 15, 1-5, 15 laps to go.
Riders 15 laps to go, 15 to go. Ed Veal still in there, automatic racing. Ed Veal, maybe arguably the oldest rider in the race, 50 years old, still tearing it up out here, riding with the pro men.
Oh, if this peloton pokes around a little bit, these guys are going to be gone.
Oh,
And
look at that
That
form.
is new style right there. Flared handlebars, almost looks like a time trial unfolding.
Saw that flick of the elbow. That's the sign for somebody else to be able to come by. The Parks Law Firm. Great group of guys with Emerson Cifuentes, Pablo Calaba, and Dusan Calaba. Both of those guys pretty good sprinters. Evan McQuirk and Jesus Mora.
Dusan is a strong, strong rider out of Serbia. Raced with Butcher Box for a couple years, moved over to Parks Law Firm. Young rider, collegiate as well. Oh, now there's 5. In about 10 more seconds, there's going to be 50 riders. Watch for the counterattack.
Riders all together, they brought it back so they couldn't get too much of a gap. That was going to be Evan McQuirk. So Evan McQuirk on the front. He was an overall winner of our USA CRITS series a couple of years ago.
Was it Speed Week or USA CRITS?
Yeah, good point. It might have been
I think it was Speed Week.
Not sure. So, yeah, looking at my notes right here, it was Speed Week. Evan McQuirk picking up the overall of that. And with that, to be able to win the overall, he had picked a couple wins along the way. Cesar Cerna swinging off. Mendez swinging off. Everybody wants somebody else to do the work as the laps are dwindling down, coming up on 13 to go.
I'm officially going to say it's fair to call it messy. And I don't mean in a negative way. I mean, it's hard for us to predict what is going to happen next because nobody wants to take the front. Now Team Cadence has accelerated and jumped turn number 4.
Yeah, legitimate move by Team Cadence out of turn 4. The line nobody else was taking, dragging one rider with them. So Cadence on the move now in the waning laps.
German riders have been quiet lately.
Look at that.
We have not seen the German riders doing very much. Riders spread out again. They'll pause before the storm. Once they decide they're going to get going, they're going to start stringing it out. But right now, nobody wants to be able to do the work. It's a game of following. McQuirk sitting in third going up. Here comes Justin Rule. Will Harden in fifth of the Stars and Stripes jersey of Lucas Burgoyne.
Watch for the counter attack. It is coming in about 30 seconds.
Mendez is so strong. The rider in the red and white has been on the front going with every single move. He showed it in Sunny King, and he's showing it again here in Athens. Definitely one of the favorites.
And he is showing his hands right now. He is pushing that breakaway. He is locked in. The panic bells are starting to ring in the peloton as Mendez has pushed the pace for Foundation.
McQuirk coming good at the right time. One more rider bridging up to make it a group of 4, but a very slender margin. If you're watching on the live stream, you may notice McQuirk with the very narrow bars, turned in levers, getting very arrow on the backside.
Can we call the breakaway at 3 seconds a breakaway anymore? I reckon. Oh, all back together again. Now, I feel that the move happening right now is going to be the one. If a move sticks, it's going to go down right now. Because we are running out of time here for a breakaway to get up the road.
On the front, your under 23 national champion, Luke Fetzer. Foundation controlling things also. They got to be. I think they're setting it up for Clever. Clever sitting in. We've only seen Clever on the front once. That's the rider wearing the Jack Crew Leaders jersey of the USA CRITS Series. Clever is your defending champion as well. Clever obviously would love to be able to come back and win again, and he's got the form to be able to do it. The question is, how confident are the riders in the red and white jerseys to beat the riders in those light blue jerseys with Lucas Burgoyne?
It is officially a battle royale for our top teams. Counterattacks are starting to ensue. All right, Garrison back to the front for Speed Studio. Looks like Total Civil Construction out of North Carolina is throwing their orange and white into the fray. Followed by, hey, you got two North Carolina teams, second and third right now. Winston-Salem and Total Civil.
Look at that line. Look at the gaps that are opening up. It is strung out. Garrison, pedal to the metal, trying to be able to break this race apart. I mean, they're barely able to even stay on his wheel, sitting in second and third position. Oh, he's got a problem.
Oh, man.
Your leader got a problem with the chain.
I think he was able to reach down and put it back on. There is no
he's
way.
still coasting backwards.
Oh,
there is time for the free lap still. Hey, Athens, guess what? It is 10 laps to go.
10 to go, 10 to go, 10 to go. 10 laps left to go. 10 to go, 10 to go, 10 to go.
Garrison got his chain fixed. Maybe he's back in there, but he's strung it out right now. There's the Germans on the front. That's the German team on the front right there. That's DCC Alpecin. Here's our German team right there doing a great job as they're making their way to the front. Just talked about how they stayed hidden. They waited until it counted.
Something makes me think that these guys know that they have a sprinter in fold, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, real estate at the front of the bike race here in Athens is becoming prime. You better have a lot of money, a lot of talent, and a lot of intestinal fortitude, because again, it is so messy. What scares us as commentators, when it's like this, it forces a bugaboo, a little crash.
Chad, you were just talking about real estate. What's the number one rule in real estate?
Location, location, location.
Doesn't that apply right here when we're going to get down to 3 laps to go? Location, location. The fight for position. You cannot win this bike race if you come out of that final corner in 10th. You have to be in the top 3 or 4, and for the last 3 laps, everybody wants to be in the top 3 or 4. Location, location, location.
So it looks like drifters, Alpecin. We've got, looks like Team Cadence. The teams, you're going to start to see the colors of the teams get really close to each other. So right now it's still kind of messy, but the red will go with the red, the green will go with the green, the white will go with the white. It's very simple. You protect your sprinter, and what this tells us is that they know it's going to be a sprint, so they're keeping it fast, but no attacks can happen.
So the German riders are riding on the front, trying to be able to keep a steady tempo to prevent anybody from taking a flyer. So what they're going to do is ride at about 28 miles an hour, try to not let anybody attack and go off the road. So they must feel, the Germans, that they got a pretty good chance at winning this, and they have a good sprinter. So right now, they're controlling it on the front.
All right, now Foundation is now going to the front. Who has control of this bus right now?
Riley Reitzman. Riley Reitzman rolling across the line with 8 laps to go. He's going to make his way to the wheel pit. Indicated they had a rear flat tire, and good timing because the wheel pit is about to close.
All right, attention riders, 7 to go. 7 laps here to go in Athens. 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 laps to go. 7 more laps left to go. 7, 7, 7. Siete, siete, siete. Well, we got some defiant 4 bike racers starting to unfold here. And boy, oh boy, is this a late race move. Peligroso, dangerous, danger.
Point sprint, point sprint, point, 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 point. 6 laps to go, point sprint. 6 to go, 6 to go, point, point sprint, 6 laps to go.
Connor Malerby for Drifters on the front, followed by Michael Garrison of Speed Studio. And here they come, punching to the front. We've got tagged on the back right there. We've got, looks like, Drifters as well. Connor sitting there, followed by Foundation. Garrison, relentless at the front. Right arm flick. Cadence is like, nope. We've got a plan. We're not going to pull through. We've got Fetzer and Burgoyne back there. Again, Garrison on the front. This is for points. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. All right, riders. 5 to go, 5 to go. 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. The pressure is mounting. So, here's my ploy to you guys. I would really like it if you guys get the slow roll going. And it looks like we've got a crash in the middle of the race, and unfortunately all these guys will be finished, and hopefully they're all right. That was in the back, so I think we're clear and ready to go.
Pretty good accident on the backside. Riders overlapping wheels. That fight for position. Remember location? Riders trying to move up, getting squeezed all the way to the side.
Oh,
It's
Shorman. Oh, no.
The rider out of Scotland going all the way into the barrier. So not a good turnout for him as other riders go down. 4 to go. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go.
Well, nobody has control right now. Oh, back to what I was getting ready to say. We are going to implore you to get louder and louder every time they come around. And look what that crash did. It forced the split. Nobody gets a free lap anymore. That is expired. If you crash, you're done.
That crash taking down riders from Scotland, our Kelly Benefit rider. And no free laps given. 4 or 5 riders going down on the back stretch on that last lap. They saw 4 to go. 3 next time around.
Well, if you guys are going to get fired up, we're going to get the racers fired up. We are going to ring a preem for 250, 150, and 100 with 3 to go. I know that is brutal. Attention riders, 3 to go, and a 3-place preem. 250, 150, and 100. 3 laps to go. 250, 150, and 100.
3-place preem for our riders on the next lap. 250, 150, 100. 3 laps to go. 3 to go.
And guess who we saw on the front? Danny Summerhill for Team Cadence. Look back to try to find Lucas Burgoyne. And again, I'm going to yell $900 gambler. I don't want to hear myself. I want you guys screaming with 2 laps to go when they come back around. And again, this makes me so nervous with no team taking control right now.
Lead vehicle coming up toward us. 3 places.
Hey,
3-place preem.
As we're ringing this bell, make sure to tell them 2 to go. Make sure to tell them 2 to go as you're doing this big gambler preem.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 to go and a $900 gambler. $900 gambler preem. 900, 2 to go. Danny Summerhill from Team Cadence picks that up. Remember, this is the VIP $900 preem. And oh, by the way, there's only one more lap left to go in 2026. It is now on our crowd and not up to John, Frankie, and I. I'm going to scream 1 to go, but I don't want to hear myself. I want it to be a tunnel of Athens.
Riders strung out right now. Watch out for that Cadence Cyclery, the light blue team. They got the national champion on there. The Germans are going to be sitting in, but it's Cadence Cyclery presented by Waldo. The Waldo Racing and Cadence Cycling. Who's going to pick up the $900 in? We're going to have 1 lap to go. Start ringing that bell. Let's make some noise, Athens!
We have 1, 2, go! 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go! That's what I'm talking about, Athens. On the backstretch, let us hear you. Oh man, Lucas Burgoyne is in the catbird seat right now.
Michael Garrison trying to be able to get away. That rider in the purple jersey with a little bit of a gap. Gaps opening up in the back as we're watching the stragglers. Now we move back up to the front. They're already around turn number 3. Garrison trying to be able to go from 500 meters. Here comes Foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 champion, Athens Orthopedic winner is going to be Lucas Burgoyne. Back-to-back national champions, Kendall Ryan and Lucas Burgoyne.
Brody McDonald picking up second. Lucas Burgoyne, the mistakes made at USACRITS race number 1, making up for it. We talked about him all race long. The speed of Burgoyne, undeniable. Unofficially, Brody McDonald finishing up in second, and I believe it was Julian Rue from Kelly Benefits finishing up in third. 1, 2, and 3 as Burgoyne picks up the win. Now, Burgoyne is your overall winner for the USACRITS Series last year, but he has never won here in Athens before. It's the first time for Lucas to win the Twilight Criterium. Stick Stick around. We're going to have our winners interview right here at the finish line. And then, right on the street, your podium for the pro men and pro women.
Oh, and this is going to take about an hour and 45 minutes. If you've ever seen somebody celebrate a win, the cowboy out of Texas, Lucas Burgoyne for Team Cadence, is that dude. You'll be able to see him from like a mile away. I'll just shut up and let everybody celebrate. Lucas Burgoyne, Kendall Ryan, 2 national champions, doing it right here in Athens. Well, that was actually pretty fast. All right, Lucas. It's now to talk about it versus doing it. From the lead out to the victory, Danny Summerhill, Lucas Burgoyne, Team Cadence, Waldo Racing. Lucas, you come in with the punch and you finish with the roundhouse. Tell me what it feels like to win another big race, especially the Athens Orthopedic Clinic race.
I'm absolutely in awe of the incredible team that was around me today. It has been such a journey to get here. In the last 2 weeks, I broke my toe, busted my knee. Danny's coming off an injury, Cade, Luke, and to come back in after Sunny King, where we dropped the ball in the first big show of the season with this new thing we're bringing in. It was absolutely electric to learn and then execute on the biggest stage today. I owe every bit of that to them because they made sure I didn't have to touch the front until 200 meters to go. And when they do that, we will win.
Tell us a little bit about, me and Frankie and John were talking about, you guys probably came in with a little piss and vinegar, a little upset about last weekend. Tell us how that played into the actual game plan, but more importantly, the patience to win today.
When you have a team like Danny Summerhill, Luke Fetzer, Cade Bickmore, Cesar Cerna, Brock Mason, Justin Boldy, Greg Vanderpool, and our beautiful baby boy Kyle, Big Rig Kyle in the pits, it all goes together. When it flows, it rolls, and today it flowed, and god damn it rolled.
I was waiting for it. One more question. Put this in your palmares of wins in your career.
Pro, Athens, Gastown.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner for Cadence and Team Waldo, Lucas Burgoyne.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to be able to start off with our pro women for our podium. A fantastic race as they tackled our Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight Criterium. Once again, brought to you by St. Mary's Health System. In third place on the day, like to be able to bring up Ariel Verhaeren from Automatic Racing. A silver medal sprint, Automatic Racing as well, an orange jersey for Ivani Blondin. And coming back, repeating her victory from 2022, please welcome your 2026 champion, Kendall Ryan. Pictures all around, and with that victory, Kendall will be presented with your Jack Crew winner's jersey. Thad Fisher from our USA Crits team presenting Kendall with our winner's jersey on the day. Hardest part of the bike race, zipping up the jersey. Come on, Kendall, you got it. There we go. Arms up in the air. Congratulations. 1, 2, and 3. Ryan, Blunden, and Verhaeren. Now to enjoy the celebration. Champagne kisses to the champagne winner. Once again, congratulations to our top 3. Congratulations. Moving on to our overall USA Crit leader, maintaining her lead by only a 2-point margin, making her way back up to the top, Laurel Rathbun. She won race number 1 in Sunny King, came back and placed up in the top positions here in Athens. The points are enough for her to keep that Jack Crew orange leader's jersey. Coming out of California, Laurel Rathbun. They don't know the overall for Pro Men yet, but these are the top 3.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen, your overall leader, Laurel Rathbun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our men's podium. In third place, and your bronze medalist, racing for Kelly Benefit Cycling, please welcome Julian Rue. In second place, and your silver medalist, racing for Modern Adventure Pro Cycling, please welcome Brody McDonald. And your 2026 Athens Orthopedic champion. He races for Team Cadence Cycling presented by Waldo Racing. Giddy up, ladies and gentlemen, for Lucas Burgoyne. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3. Julian Rue, Brody McDonald, and Team Cadence Cyclers, Lucas Burgoyne. Thad Fisher to present the winner's jersey from the Athens Orthopedic Clinic Twilight. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your top three. Julian Rue in third. Brody McDonald in second. And your winner today for Team Cadence Cyclery, Lucas Burgoyne. And if you're new to the sport, back up. And there you have your top three. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Lucas Burgoyne of Team Cycling Waldo Racing. And we are still efforting, so hold tight for our overall leader after stop number 2 of USA Crits. And once again, please stand by. We are efforting the overall for our current USA Crits after 2 races. Guys were in the break.
Preston and I were third in the first one.
Yep.
The other guys, Gomez, I don't know, was Gomez in the break in a 13 break?
That's the only question I'm not sure of.
What's the match?
Now see, that's what I was hoping for, ladies and gentlemen. We called it back-to-back national champions. Kendall Ryan and Lucas Burgoyne, your 2 current national crit champs. Hey, Kendall, Lucas, I don't know who put that together, but I love it. Thank you. for those of you who are interested, there you go. There's team cadence. Here's the deal. We have to tabulate intermediate sprints, results from last week, 1 lap points, and all that. So bear with us. We're just moments away.